Hi, and welcome to Dating Games V2. I'm Jackie, and this is my wonderful co-host Michelle. Whether you are newly single, divorced, or simply waking up to the possibility of love again, you're in the right place. Because yeah, Dating Games, we believe it's not about him, it's about you. Hey, Michelle, how are you doing?
I'm great. It's a wonderful day here in
Yay!
Thailand. How about you?
Awesome. Yeah, I'm really good. It's Friday. We're about to enter the weekend, so that's absolutely
Friday. I think
so
we call it
happy.
Friday.
Friday. Today we have a super fun topic. I'm so excited about this because it's more women would chat about. And I wish we had all this knowledge when we had started our dating journey, but it's about the dating app strategy that's
Oh.
just a waste of time. So that's super cool. Because, of course, most women post divorce in their 40s, 50s, and beyond did not grow up with the dating apps. It was totally
Mm-mm.
us. And of course, like us, we approached it with this curiosity. There was definitely a bit of overwhelm for me as well at first when I went onto some of the apps that was definitely not the one suitable for me. There was a bit of dread. Um, you feel like you're competing with younger 20, 30-year-olds, or that you are seeing so many men that are just low effort, or you are being matched, but you're not really being seen. And
Mhm.
so, we want to start dating with intention. And at times, the apps can feel like a game that you didn't quite sign up for. And I think today, message is that we're not here to play the app game. We're here to use the apps in a way that leverage exactly what it is that we need and have our needs met. Because the apps are a doorway, an introduction to the many men that you can meet out there in different countries, different cities. And we need to learn how to use these tools effectively because if you do, you'll find that your energy, your time, you swipe accordingly is being used to the best of its ability.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. And I
yeah.
think, the first thing that I think we should start off with is that dating apps are
Mm,
applications. Most of us are quite well aware of applications in our life, whether it was Word or
yes.
Excel or PowerPoint. I guess I'm just a Microsoft person. But all the applications that we've ever used, they all have limitations and they all have
Mm,
amazing capabilities that help you achieve whatever you're trying to do. And so
yes.
keep in mind, I mean, my big advice is keep in mind that the app is not perfect. It
Mhm.
is, but you should figure out how to use it as the tool that you need to get things done that you want to get done, if we're being really pragmatic about it.
Absolutely. Yes.
And I think that what the apps are best for really is expanding your reach. They give
Mm,
you the opportunity to be introduced to men, well, or women, whoever you prefer,
mhm.
um, in many cities, near or far, without having to sit, say, in a bar or rely on your friends to introduce you. It's not the only way, and it should not be the only way that you meet people, but they are an introduction tool. Probably is better
Mm,
than the idea that they're actually, giving you a date. Your date will happen in real life, but this is a tool to introduce you to people. They're not the place to find validation for your pictures or who you are. You cannot, absolutely cannot build a relationship in an app. Um,
no.
but they give you the opportunity to screen, to qualify, to explore the candidates out there for you.
Oh,
Oh, bless you.
thank
So
you.
learn to leverage them
Mm,
in a way that helps you achieve your dating aims.
yes,
And you
absolutely.
can control the interaction. You are not a victim to their imperfections. You just need to be aware of them. Um, don't be confused that this is, as I said, the only way to meet people. It's one
Mm,
way. And frankly, it's quite amazing, as we've talked about before, when you move to a new city, suddenly, like a whole new universe. And when I say move, I mean like through the airport. I don't mean like physically move house. You can just be going through the airport and suddenly a whole universe of people are open to you. But you
yeah.
need to swipe with intention, stay open
Mm,
to that adventure, whatever the objective is that you have, be flexible in your, in your funnel, as I like to say. But this is a chance for you to really test your boundaries, test your intentions with very little risk, unlike sitting in a bar for
yeah.
6 hours picking up people, which is much more risky and boring.
Absolutely. And you mentioned it, let's not swipe like we're people shopping. We are living in an age of consumerism and actually that has nothing to do with this, but let's remember these are actual people. So swipe with intention, swipe with
Mhm.
alignment. and use it as I like to call the natural dating filtering system or the natural filtering system, because mindless swiping does lead to mindless matches. And when your profile, when you create a profile that's intentional, you
Mm,
start using the filtering system as well. You can use your energy, your time, and you can spend more of that on the right people. And one of the things we spoke about was with your profile and your photos in particular, create a
mm,
story about yourself,
yeah.
and don't share on your cats and your dogs and photos of yourself with sunglasses or sunsets. Focus on authentic photos that tell a story about who you are. You enjoy running, a photograph of yourself running. You enjoy eating, photograph of yourself at a lovely restaurant eating. And then write bios that actually filters, not only flatters. Because
Mm,
what you do when you write your bio is you're trying to speak directly to the man or woman that you'd love to meet someday. And don't be shy about clarity. One of the things that one of the things that I also did with my profile was that I wrote, "I'm not here to be a pen pal. I want to actually meet people. I want to have a meaningful relationship with people. I want to engage with people." And I've been really fortunate in that I've not only had dates, some good, some not so good, but I've actually created friendships as well along the way, which has been wonderful for me. And over time, you start learning and recognizing which profiles don't align with what you seek, and you can just skip them safely. There's no risk. Things like short-term fun. Oh,
mm. Yep,
it's time.
that's easy. That's an easy one for me. I
Absolutely.
mean,
That's
and again, no judgment, right? Because some people
it.
might be at a phase or a stage or that is what they want, and that gives you
Absolutely.
the opportunity to choose.
Yes, absolutely. For me, camping is not my thing, so camping photo is definitely
I
not going
don't
to be doing
understand about the camping.
connecting. I know. But keep in mind also, and this is really important, keep in mind that most men, and this is a generalization to all the men out there, most men are not studying your profile and they are clicking like without much real thought. So if you've matched, but you never get a message or you never get any interaction, do not take it personally. And in fact, it's just if you keep seeing it as this natural filtering system, then whether you match or not, the people that are not meant to be in your sphere, they
Mm,
won't be. And take
yeah.
that as a sign. Really take that as a sign for yourself because your profile isn't your pitch. It's you giving yourself permission to meet the right man who meets you where you are.
Well, and I feel, I mean, we've talked about this before that it was a bit of an epiphany, or maybe I was just late to the game
You-
to realize that I saw, I mean, I will give credit to the Instagram world out there that at one point I saw some reel where a woman, or no, it was a guy who said, guys do not read the
it was a
profiles.
guy. Yep.
And it was just, as you said, they just sort of, they're sitting there on their sofa, click, 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 click. And I've
Yep.
had a
Absolutely.
number of occasions where people will be like, despite the fact that the first line of my profile says I live in Thailand, they say, "Where do you live?" I'm like, did you
Exactly.
not read that? But you know
That-
what? It gave me a sense that, again, I realized that they're taking so little time
mm,
to consider that it was easy then for me to maybe widen my funnel a little bit and put more people into to say yes to, realizing that the number of people I'll actually have a conversation with is going to be a tiny fraction of those who you like. And as you say, if the filter is working, then the ones that will get through are the ones that maybe eventually read your profile and decide, oh, that's interesting, let me
yeah,
chat with her.
absolutely.
And I
Absolutely.
think kind of, so the next thing that leads us onto is this idea about, maybe when you start chatting, you could have like a little guideline in your head that, we've talked
Mm,
about, um, so that you don't waste your time endlessly chatting. I mean, I know a lot
yes.
of guys that don't chat at all, but there might be others who, sort of breadcrumb you for weeks on end.
Mm,
And the recommendation would be, maybe on your first message, you have a little bit of, playfulness, a little bit of, curiosity. Who is this? Maybe the second message, you ask them, a good question, maybe to kind of see if,
yes.
because you're trying to see how interested they are in moving forward. That's the goal
Mm,
with the chat. If they
yes.
only ever, say good morning or respond with a very short answer and never
Mm,
initiate, you can see from their energy that they're not that interested, and that's okay.
no. Yep.
Then we
Absolutely.
recommend, if he's not
Time to
showing
move
up,
on.
then you know where this is going, and you can safely decide that he's not interested enough
Mm.
or that you are not aligned enough for this to move forward. And again, don't take it personally.
No.
It's not personal. It's just not meant for you at this moment.
Yes. Yeah, I think that was kind of that's a lesson that we all have to learn, right? Don't take it personally, because when we start the dating journey, it's all exciting, we're full of frivolity and playfulness, and then somebody says no, or they
Mm.
unmatch you, or they ghost you, or they match you and they never communicate with you. And at first, it's a whole learning game, and
Yeah.
after you start realizing, oh no, no, not at all. We were just not meant to be. Thank you very much. Thank you for
Well, even if
being
you
honest
were like in a
with things.
bar, let's say,
Yeah.
kind of in the old days, if you walked into a bar, you wouldn't, you see an array of, 10 or 15 men, you're not going to expect all of them. They might look at you, but they may never start up a
Yes.
conversation, right? And you wouldn't hopefully take that personally, because not all of them are meant for you and you're not interested in all of them.
Absolutely. So one of the other points that we spoke about, or that we will speak about, is one I absolutely love, and it is the voice or video message. And this is really a high value filter. So for both of us, both Michelle and I, prior to actually meeting somebody, we have a little rule amongst ourselves is that we will always leave a little voice message. And this is great. It's playful. It's interesting. It's exciting. You can showcase your energy. And often what happens is that you'll receive a voice message back from the person you sent it to. And from there, you can get a feel of their vibe, the tone of their voice, sometimes their
Mm,
accent, and decide whether this is suitable for you or not. Or you'll you'll waste less time on fantasy connections and you'll
yeah.
learn really fast what energy aligns with yours and what doesn't. And I know that both of us have had pretty good experiences with leaving voice messages. For me, it's a beautiful voice message. You get to showcase this lovely energy about yourself. And then almost immediately, I would receive a voice message back from them. And even that in itself is a filtering
Mm,
system
mm,
because you
yeah.
get to this person is playful, whether they are engaging, whether they are, you can tell a lot from somebody's energy through their voice. Text chemistry is it's slightly inorganic. It's not as organic as a voice message
Yeah.
because when you're texting each other, the chemistry that you feel, yes, it could be reciprocated, but often it's about what you build within your mind as well. And so a voice message or just a 2-minute video message to somebody is incredibly effective. And it's a great way of filtering out that which is suitable for you and that which is not as well.
Well, and I was going to go on from that. I think your point
Mm,
about the chat being slightly inorganic, it's also slightly
mm,
stilted, right? I mean, maybe you throw
yes.
in an emoji or two, but you get this kind of sense of someone. Some people are very clever in chat, and then some people
Yes.
aren't. Or
Yeah.
if, in my case, if English isn't their native language, then you realize that, they're using really formal language, but that might not be who they really are.
They,
It's just
yeah.
how it comes across. And so
Mm,
we were talking about, I just the other day, going on from video. I've never left a video message. I've left
mm,
audio messages. I love it because then, as you said, the energy you get back, you can hear their voice, you can hear how polite
yeah.
they are, you can hear their accent, you can get a
Mhm.
sense of just, their, again, their engagement. But I've also
Yeah.
had many, once you move off the app and into something maybe like WhatsApp or some other messaging platform, I have had, and in fact, just yesterday, I had an hour and a half video call. And
Mhm,
video calls might be a little bit confronting for some people. I've also done
mhm,
audio calls, which maybe are a little easier, but
mhm.
both are really useful, again, for gauging who this person is and whether there's actually a chemistry or an energy there that's going to go
Yeah,
beyond the chat zone.
absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I can really recommend that. But I have a friend she's like, I don't do video calls. You got to like do your hair, do your makeup. I'm like, it's not that bad. Put on some lipstick, to fluff your hair a bit, and you'll be fine. So I think all of this advice that we're giving kind of leads us to the point that you want to use and leverage the app to home in on exactly the kind of people that are going to be a good match for you. And that
Yes.
probably means that you are going to get better and better at unmatching. So you'll
Mm,
match with someone, maybe you'll go through your three little message points. You don't hear from
yeah.
them for 2 days. And then you think, you know what? I don't think we're feeling it here. This is not the vibe I'm looking for. And then you can
Mm.
just, use a polite, we always recommend polite, respectful
Yep.
language, even if they were less than polite, and say, hey, I don't think this is for me.
Yep.
And maybe you leave it there for a day because if you unmatch immediately, they'll never see your message. Or you just unmatch. I mean, you really, as another friend says,
Absolutely.
we don't owe each other anything. We are virtual strangers.
Strangers. Yes.
We've met
Correct.
brief for this brief moment in time. You don't
Mm.
have to carry this forward. You don't have to, spend a lot of energy on something that isn't actually aligned with where you want to go. And if you can
Absolutely.
say no faster, it puts
Mm.
you in, and I don't mean fast like as in, you quickly say, oh, that's a red flag, and you try to disqualify them. But if
No.
you realize that it's not a good fit, then unmatch, clear your mind, move on to those people who are a better fit for you.
Absolutely. And I think that once you're able to embrace all of these little tips that we've spoken about, you will find that this doorway, this filtering system, this introductory app
Mm.
that we you start using it to your advantage, and suddenly it's not as overwhelming and it's not as daunting, and it can be quite playful as well. And I do hope that this episode has sparked something within you and allows you to share it with a friend or member that needs to hear this, um, and help us grow our community of dating dames.
And if you're looking for guidance, more fun, come find us on Facebook or Instagram at Dating Dames V2.
Until next time, keep embracing the adventure, trust your instincts, and above all, remember it's not about him, it's about you.